About 300 homes are still without power in Hawke's Bay and on the Taupo Plains tonight, and locals have been told to expect the power to be out for a few more days yet. Heavy snow had closed State Highway 5 between Napier and Taupo, but it reopened again today. Earlier today, a meeting was held at the Rangataiki Tavern. We went there live last night, of course, between the Lions Company, Unison, affected residents, Civil Defence and the local council. Unison's Danny Goff joins us now. Danny, welcome to the program. Are you there?
Good evening, John. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Where are you talking to us from, Danny?
I'm talking to you from our office here in Hastings, actually, in the heart of Hawke's Bay, John.
OK, so did you drive up to the Rangataiki Tavern? Have you traversed the road today, the highway?
No, unfortunately, yes, I had every intention after being a key instigator of getting the meeting in place, but with the continued closure of the Napier-Taupo Road, I couldn't get through this morning. Luckily for us, we had key senior staff on the other side at the Taupo end, John, so they got through and we're more than capable of conducting the meeting.
OK, describe how many power poles have you got down still?
Well, look, we went into today, John, just by way of example, looking at around about sort of 200 poles in that area down. We've gone up in helicopters again and completed our aerial assessments. And unfortunately, John, we're probably staring down the barrel of another 100. So we could be looking in anywhere around the 300 power poles down, Mark. It's like a war zone, to be frank.
And Danny, can you describe the power poles? What are they? What do you have in the Central North Island?
So we have a combination in that particular part of the network, John, a combination of what we call hardwood poles, which are very good, proven poles on networks across New Zealand, and concrete poles, and they've just been in some cases just broken like twigs. To be honest, even the steel reinforced ones, John, have just buckled and gone.
And that is just the sheer weight of the snow. I had this discussion yesterday, but can we just clarify? It wasn't high winds, it's just the sheer snowfall.
Absolutely. It's what we call snow loading, John. So in this particular fall was a combination of heavy snow in a short duration and a wet snow. I know that doesn't make sense, but it's a heavy snow. So it basically settles and under the load, if you like, it basically causes something to give. And when you get one or two poles go, John, it creates a domino effect.
OK, and so how long do you think it will take to get them back up and restore power to these homes?
So, look, we have got a mammoth task, and look, I can't understate that, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it for anybody. We had a very positive and productive meeting with the good folk up there in the Taupo Plains area today. Look, they're resilient people. They're good rural folk. They're used to having snowfalls. The difference here is this is a unique experience. I mean, in my 10 years in this particular company in this area, I've never seen anything like it, and I'm hearing that from different people, farmers themselves. So we were hoping, best case scenario, as of yesterday, to say, look, we could be 1 week, it could be longer. We're now saying, look, this could be a matter of weeks. This could be anywhere up to a month, John, and we're starting now to think about, whilst we do the restoration, and rest assured we will be throwing multiple crews. We'll have anywhere up to 17 crews, so we'll be throwing in excess of over 100 different people at this job. We're now moving to looking at potentially putting generation in to get these people up and running in a much shorter time frame than potentially the weeks that we're looking at.
Yeah, I guess. Look, you're right. They are hardy types, and this is a cold part of the country over winter, but equally there is a reasonable expectation that they will have power, and if there is a big storm, that you will be able to restore it in less than a month, surely.
Look, John, remember, it's a progressive restoration here. We're looking at a radius of around 60 kilometres, so this is a significant piece of work. So what we're saying is we're being open and honest about the task in hand, and our biggest problem, John, and I don't know if you've seen any images, but the snowfall is incredible. We've got a metre and a half of snow in places, and now with the cold temperatures, it's freezing. So it's not going anywhere fast, John, so we've got to get in there for a start. Now, we may not even be able to get access for potentially a week yet, so it is a major undertaking. So what we're trying to do is we're having now daily meetings with those people. We're meeting every day at the Rangataiki Tavern, and we're going to give them every update. So, look, you did right, and they should expect a good supply of power. Just because they're rural shouldn't make a difference, and we totally understand that. We do understand, that they're hurting and they're suffering. But so what we're going to do, we're not going to muck around and say, well, bad luck. We're saying, look, we're going to carry out the restoration, but while we're going to do that, we're going to get you up and running, and we're going to use generation or whatever other means we can to do that in a much more timely manner than potentially, as you say, John, the weeks or potentially a month. So we're taking a proactive stance on this one.
Danny Goff from Unison, thank you so much for joining us, Danny, live over an increasingly croaky old phone.